Mutual fund inflows robust in April despite softer SIP numbers. Net investments into equity mutual fund schemes, which had surged in March amid a market correction, remained elevated at 38,440 crore in April. While this was 5% lower than the recent high of 40,450 crore recorded in the month of March, it remained well above the average monthly inflows seen over the past year. Inflows stayed elevated despite a 16% decline in gross inflows to 70,300 crore in April as redemptions eased 26% to an 8-month low of Rs 31,862 crore. According to the latest data released by MP, the Association of Mutual Funds in India. While the inflows were marginally lower, the overall trend indicates sustained resilience in domestic investor sentiment despite the prevailing uncertain global environment and intermittent volatility in equity markets, said Himanshu Srivastava, Principal Manager Research, Morningstar Investment Research in India. The equity market recovered strongly in April, recouping a large part of the losses seen in March amid easing concerns around the US-Iran conflict. The Nifty 50 index gained 7% during the month, while broader market indices outperformed, with the Nifty Small Cap 250 index rising more than 17%. Net inflows mirrored the outperforming market segments, with flexi-cap, mid-cap, and small-cap funds attracting the bulk of investment in April. Together, these categories accounted for 61% of active equity net inflows, while flexi-cap funds drew more than 10,000 crore for the second straight month. Combined inflows into mid-cap and small-cap funds rose 9% to Rs 13,437 crore. Small-cap funds have historically seen sharper drawdowns during periods of market stress, and the fact that investors are not only holding but actively adding to this category suggests either renewed confidence in the Indian growth story at the margin or an allocation catch-up by investors who see post-correction value in smaller companies, said Mr. Nitin Agrawal, Chief Executive Officer, Mutual Fund Incred Money. Despite elevated overall inflows, the industry saw a setback on the systematic investment plan SIP front. SIP inflows declined 3% month-on-month basis to 31,115 crore. The decline is striking given the SIP inflows have largely maintained an upward trajectory in the post-pandemic period. Market volatility may have led some investors to temporarily pause SIP contributions, although the overall base of contributing SIP accounts has remained broadly stable, said Venkat Chalasani, Chief Executive of MP. He added that the moderation in April SIP inflows was partly because March numbers were inflated by transactions pushed from February due to a holiday at the month end. The industry's overall asset under management rose 11% month-on-month added basis month-on-month. 11% month-on-month basis, aided by robust inflows across categories as well as market-to-market gains. Debt funds accounted for the bulk of inflows at Rs 2.5 trillion, while hybrid funds and passive schemes attracted around 20,000 crore each. Against the backdrop of a challenging global environment, Indian mutual fund investors have shown commendable resilience, said Navneet Monat, Managing Director and CEO, HDFC Asset Management Company.